All right, I'm going to do a quick video on how long you should be at the gym. Basically, how long you should take to do a training session. We always block out. I mean, just for scheduling purpose, we block out hour-long sessions, technically speaking. But it always bleeds over for our more advanced athletes, and that's the thing here. You're comparing two different things. So someone who's newer to training. Someone who's really new, they're doing general physical preparedness training. They're doing a lot of, the truck went by, so it might be hard to hear. They're doing a lot of sled work, fundamental training, abs, low back, jumping, stuff like that. So they typically get through their training sessions a lot quicker. Someone who's more intermediate level might take an hour and 15 minutes. So we're looking at, because they're working with barbells, they need to be more rest between sets. They're thinking, it's more complex movement patterns, stuff like that. And then their demand, the amount of volume and the amount of work that they need to do to keep improving becomes more as you get better at training. So as you become stronger, you need to do more to get strong, to keep getting stronger. So someone who's a little bit more intermediate needs more volume. They need some extra sets, some extra reps at the end. So their workouts, their training sessions are going to take a little bit longer. Now, if you get to the super advanced people, who are very strong, they're going to take even longer. It might be an hour and a half, hour 45, upwards of 2 hours to do a lower body session. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But if you just think about someone who, let's say someone who deadlifts 300 pounds and someone who deadlifts 600 pounds. So a 300-pound deadlifter might get 7 sets to get the 300 pounds. They might do 135, 185, 225. 265, 275, 295, 305. That's 7. Someone who's a 600-pound deadlifter might do 135, 225, 315, 365, 405, 455, 495, 545, 565, 585. Now we're at 10. We're not even at 600 yet. And then to get to 605 would be 11. So that's going to take a lot longer. And then you also have to consider the neurological demand on the body. So if you're moving a lot more weight, it takes a lot longer for your body neurologically to recover. So we need to get more recovery between sets, more workup sets. Typically, they're doing more accessory, higher volume of accessories after their main lifting. So they're jumping. If they're strong, they're probably jumping higher too. Not necessarily, but a lot of times they're going to be more explosive. They're jumping higher. So during our jump training, it's going to take longer to get through the jump training. Someone who's brand new and is just doing basic box jumps, we tell them go do 25 box jumps. Someone who's more advanced might be doing 40 or 60 box jumps. So it just takes longer. So a lot of the scientists say you shouldn't train anything longer than an hour, and that's impossible because by the time you come in, you warm up, and you just get through your workup sets, you're already looking at almost an hour there. So, the more advanced, it's just going to take longer for the more advanced people. And the same goes for male versus female. Males typically, strong males are going to be a lot stronger than strong females. So strong females are going to take longer than a weak female, but at the same time, all in all, female is going to take less time to train than a male. They need less rest. They have less muscle mass. They're not as explosive. They don't need as much rest between sets. They can get through a workout a lot faster. So those are just some general some general guidelines. You should be never over an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours. I say that's the max you should be with that. If you could split it up, if you're super advanced, you could split those up. That'd be great too. Like I'll end up with some of our guys that are going for combines and things like that. I'll have them come in the morning. We'll do our main stuff. We'll warm up. We'll do our heavy lifts. We'll do our jumps, we'll do maybe a couple accessories, then we'll come back in the evening and fill in the holes where we need to with all the extra stuff, because it just gets to be too long of a training session. And so you start to, you lose attention span. Your serum testosterone levels do start to drop after about an hour. But within that first hour, your main stuff, your heavy lifts and your jumps should definitely be done. So just some general thoughts I wanted to go over on training session and how long you should be in the gym.